Yeah, I'll see you later. We'll probably be there.
Good afternoon and welcome along to the Dave Bryant Stadium for 90 minutes live coverage of Enfield Town versus Salisbury. It's yet another of those crunch relegation matches. Enfield Town in 23rd with just the 9 points from their 15 games. Salisbury in 18th with 16 points from their 15 games. I'm Michael Ackier, 90 minutes live commentary coming up. But without further ado, before I go any further, I'm very pleased to introduce alongside me John Manatara. John, great to have you here tonight. How are you and how are you feeling about today's game?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, and I hope our listeners are as well. Like you said, it's another crunch match, but we have to start winning these crunch matches because we failed to win a few of them lately. So, we've got to step up, and it's going to be a tough game.
We've got plenty to discuss before kick-off. There's the latest ins and outs and the ever-revolving door around Enfield Town's squad. A couple more departures, a couple more arrivals. But before we go ahead with any of that, let's run through the team sheets for the first time this afternoon. Starting with the visitors, Salisbury. They have in goal number 25, Dan Lincoln. Number 3, Jordan Regay. 15, Kenise Carroll. Number 20, their captain, Saido Jumbati. 6, Josh Summerton. Number 8, Callum Watts. 23, Owen Dorr. 14, Josh Hedges. 11, Noah Coppin. 10, Craig Fassenmade. And number 4, Tom Leggett. And Salisbury's substitutes today are number 2, George Franklin. 5, Luke Wilkinson. 17, Ryan Penny. 16, Ronan Silva. And 7, Jaden Perez. And for the Town, in goal, Reece Forster. At the back would be John Oyenuga, Xavier Benjamin, Dan Cox and Adam Thompson, who is captain today, and Joe Payne. And then further forward, Billy Leonard, making his debut, Christian Scott, Alfie Tuck, Jake Hutchinson and Lennon Peake. And on the bench for Enfield Town today, Dylan Adjahersi, Jay Lambert, Jack Smith, Reece Beckles-Richards and Terrell Whittaker. So, John, as I rattle through that team sheet, you'll have heard a couple of names with whom you'd be a little less familiar, perhaps. One of them is starting in midfield, 19-year-old Christian Scott. He's starting in midfield on loan from Wealdstone. And on the bench, number 11 is Jay Lambert, who made his first start for the first 11 in the Cup defeat, the London Senior Cup defeat last Tuesday to Athletic Newham. He played centre-back. He actually had a very composed game, I thought. But 2 new signings, what are your thoughts, expectations of them?
Yeah, the youngsters. I think Christian Scott's 19 and Wealdstone, currently down for 3 months. And I spoke to one of my friends who's a club member there, and he rates him. So it'd be interesting to see. He just haven't had enough game time. So he's a good prospect to replace our Sam Youngs. He was innocent by right, man. I didn't start moaning about referees just yet, but after the horrific performance of the last referee, yeah. But it's a good replacement. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on and fits in. It's going to be an interesting thing. And also, I think with Jay Lambert at centre back, I mean, he was at West Ham as a trainee, I believe, and so he's got potential, but I really haven't seen him. You've seen a bit more, haven't you? And he looks a decent prospect.
Yeah, Jay Lambert came across well. There weren't a huge number of positives in that defeat to Athletic Newham in the Cup last Tuesday, but Jay Lambert was definitely one of them. He looked calm at the back, in possession, as well as when doing his defensive work. So high hopes for him. He's a local boy as well, went to Enfield Grammar. So we'll see. I mean, Gavin tends to be quite attacking with his substitutions, so whether or not we'll see Jay Lambert from the bench remains to be seen. But Christian Scott, looking forward to seeing what he's made of. Those are the 2 arrivals. Before we move on to the departures, I guess we could discuss as well 2 of the debutants from last time out. So Enfield, when they when they lost in the last minute to Chesham a couple of weeks ago, gave debuts to Adam Thompson and Dan Cox at the back. And what did you make of those 2?
I think they're really good players. I think we believed we're unfortunate to lose that game, but we're beginning to get a bit of a core spine now. I think after loads of changes throughout the early part of the season, hopefully we can keep these players. It's a shame about Harley Mills leaving, but it's one of those things with loans. But I think we're getting a good, decent spine of the team. And on Salisbury's current form, it's actually worse than ours. They've had 2 points in the last 5 games, and we had 3 points, which is quite an achievement. So to say they're actually worse than us on current form. So yeah, I mean, we've got to really get chances any game, and sometimes you never know. This one of those surprises. I think Adam Thompson did really well, shoring the back there, very commanding performance, and John Oyenuga did well when he came on. I remember he did really well. So Dan Cox, solid player. Reese is always reliable. And we got Joe Payne with our long throws, so it's another tactic. But Alfie Tuck for me was the standout in the last match we had against Chesham United. He's going to go far.
Yeah, Tuck's on a loan, so we've got to make the most of him. I think till January his loan expires, but yes, he certainly looked impressive. And I'd agree, I think most fans would agree with your sentiment, and Adam Thompson as well looked very composed. I think it says a lot about not just his performance on the pitch, but evidently what sort of character he is in the dressing room, that he's the captain in only his second game today. Former Northern Ireland international, of course. So he'll be captaining the side. He'll be the main centre-back. He'll have Benjamin alongside him and Cox the other side of him as well. So a good mix of experience and youth at the back there for Enfield Town. As I said, those are some of the arrivals. Departures, not a game goes by without us commenting on yet another departure. Harley Mills has been recalled by his parent club, Peterborough. And also worth mentioning, Ollie Knight has now signed a dual registration with Chertsey. That's to give him more game time, get his fitness up. Mills in particular, as he's gone, what did you make of his time at the club?
He was very good. The more he played, the more I actually thought he's great potential. Very pacey as well, and he's very mature for his young age, I think. And he was settling in quite well. But one of those things. But it's a good experience for him, and it was a benefit for us while he was here.
Yeah, absolutely. It sort of did everything it was designed to do, didn't it? As a loan spell. It mutually beneficial, I guess you'd say. Peterborough had a player out on loan. He got time minutes as an individual. He'd have benefited as a young man from playing against seasoned, gnarled professionals, and Enfield Town certainly benefited from having Mills on the left. It now means that Joe Payne will take his place as left wing back today, with John Oyenuga on the right. What do you think of the attacking prospects those two offer?
Yeah, they're really good. I mean, we've got Joe Payne with the long throws, and it catches teams out, especially when we haven't played them. And it's the first time we played Salisbury ever, I think, even before. I think it was a Phoenix club. I think they've reformed in December 2014, and the Whites, as they call them. So that'll be interesting to see how they get on. And I think, we've got a lot of, on the wings as well with John Oyenuga. We've got a lot of pace there, so that's a threat to any team. I think any team, if you run at them, and I think Gavin's gone for that kind of attacking formation. Even you see on the bench, I suppose, it's a bit of that as well. So we're quite, it's going to be an interesting game, really, and we're really going to go for it. We've got to go for it, really, to get some points in these sort of crunch games.
Yes, you mentioned Gavin there. As I understand, although Gavin McPherson, Enfield Town manager, was sent off in the last league match, his suspension hasn't yet been processed, I guess you'd say. So I had thought he might be joining us up here in the stands and dipping a head over our shoulders to hear what we're saying. But by the sound of it, that suspension hasn't kicked in yet. So although I can't see him on the bench in front of us just yet, I imagine he's in the dressing room giving final instruction. As I understand it, Gavin will still be down on the bench today. One player who is missing, though, is Sam Youngs. He's suspended after that red card at the death against Chesham a couple of weeks ago. How big a miss do you think Sam will be today?
Sam's always a miss, really. He was always in the central midfield, and he can take a penalty, that's for sure, a good penalty. And he's been consistent throughout his, all his years with us, and he's a great player and a great lad as well. As you said, Gavin, well, if he's not here when we're listening to our commentary, probably a blessing for him, maybe. No, we're quite supportive as always anyway, but the only one who should be looking out is the referee for our special prize today for my first big moan. And if you can predict the correct minute, I will buy you a drink or pint in the bar this time or next time. So, yeah, instead of the guess the goal, we've got more chance actually of guessing the moan, I think. But it's got to be a really bad moan, and we're timing it. Okay.
I'll go for 35 minutes. That's 35. Definitely first half, John. You won't be able to bite your tongue that long, but I'll go 35 minutes for your first moan. The players have just emerged out from the tunnel onto the pitch, and indeed Gavin McPherson has emerged. Good to see him taking his seat down by the dugout. He's just going to shake hands with his opposite number, who is Brian Dutton, the Salisbury manager. Brian Dutton, who succeeded Steve Claridge back in October 2022, so he's just done 2 years in the hot seat up there. Brian Dutton, whose father was a jockey who won the Scottish Grand National in 1981. So there you go. Brian Dutton's only 39, so he's junior to Gavin McPherson today. And I'll rattle through the two teams as they prepare to line up, prepare to take their kick-off. And I think actually there will be a minute's silence before kick-off, so we will be observing that. It will be a minute's silence, and so we'll observe that. The microphone will stay on, but we'll observe that.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
Thank you. Oh my God.
An impeccably observed minute's silence there for Remembrance Day, which is upcoming. So today's referee is Martin Mitchell. His assistants are Adam Steele and Elliot Spencer, and the fourth official is David Rowland. Swiftly run through the two teams again. For our visitors, Salisbury, Dan Lincoln in goal. Number 3, Jordan Regay. 15, Kenise Carroll. 20, the captain, Saida Jumbati. 6, Josh Summerton. 8, Callum Watts. 23, Owen Dorr. 14, Josh Hedges. 11, Noah Coppin. 10, Craig Fasenmade. And 4, Tom Leggett. And for the town, in goal, number 1, Reece Forster. 18, John Oyenuga. 5, Xavier Benjamin. 14, Dan Cox. 19, captain today is Adam Thompson. 3, Joe Payne. 12, Billy Leonard. 16, debutant Christian Scott. 4, Alfie Tuck. 10, Jake Hutchinson, and 7, Lennon Peake. Enfield Town, as ever, resplendent in white shirts, blue shorts and blue socks, and they're having a pre-match huddle, which I don't think I've seen before. And Salisbury have light blue shirts, very natty light blue shirts with a bit of diagonal diamond type designs across them. Black shorts and black socks. Their goalkeeper, Dan Lincoln, dressed all in a very eye-catching pink, and Reece Forster in a less conspicuous black number from top to bottom. Enfield Town defending the Hertfordshire Zoo goal to our right as we look from up in the stands, attacking the Jenner Timber end, and Salisbury just unhuddling themselves. will now take their shape. We're expecting a back three from both sides today. Expecting Salisbury to adopt a back three with Carroll, Giambarti and Summerton as their centre backs, and Town adopting a back three with Benjamin, Cox and Adam Thompson at the back for them. It will be Salisbury to kick us off, and we are off and underway. Salisbury take possession at the back, switch the ball immediately out to the left to Regay, and first interception from Town. Here's Billy Leonard immediately knocking the ball forward towards Jake Hutchinson, but the flag goes up and it's the first free kick off the game. A free kick for offside against Jake Hutchinson. The floodlights are on. The weather is definitely overcast and pretty cold, but no particular wind, no breeze. It's been quite dry the last few days as well. There's not been much rain the last couple of days. As Town loft the ball forward up the right, Oinuga tries to get a foot on it. Benjamin gets a head on it. Leonard tries to keep it in, and Salisbury have conceded a throw on the right for Town, just 15 yards inside the Salisbury half. Oinuga takes. Leonard tries to hold up. It's dispossessed and has won a free kick. Free kick to Enfield Town. Be interesting to keep an eye on the number 16 today for Town, Christian Scott, new signing for Enfield. So Alfie Tuck seems to be taking his usual position in front of the back four, and as this free kick is prepared, Scott has trotted forward for Town. Cox has also gone forward from the back, as has Adam Thompson, as has Xavier Benjamin. So all the centre backs are up. First chance for Town to fling the ball up towards the area. A high line from Salisbury. It's going in towards the area. It's a Salisbury head in it straight away. Tuck rises and does well to steer the ball backwards, and Oinuga will give it all the way back to Rhys Forster. Forster lobbed it up to halfway. It came back at Town, and now it's Noah Coppin on the left, and now Jordan Regay for Salisbury. Lofted up the line, but it's going to go straight through to Rhys Forster. John, two sides in pretty poor form today. I think you mentioned before kick-off that Salisbury had 2 points from their last 4 games. Enfield on a run of 4 or 5 consecutive defeats. Do you think that will play into the approaches from the two teams today?
I think it's going to be a bit the usual cautious approach to begin with, but I think both teams have got to get some points out of this, whatever happens. And it's interesting when we're pushing forward. I've seen John Oyenuga staying back. He's the only one with pace at the back, I think, so in case they counter-attack. But it's going to be a tight game. It's not going to be one of these pushover games you can predict. But let's face it, anything can happen with our matches.
Salisbury are in possession. We're, as John says, expecting the unexpected. Well, one thing I think you can expect is potentially late action, because both sides have been involved in a few last-minute enterprises in recent weeks. You're not missing too much action there, as Salisbury lofted the ball forward, but it was safely through to Rhys Forster. He's given it to Benjamin, and Thompson, the new Enfield Town captain today, in the absence of Parcell, he gets the touch. Cox lofted over halfway up towards Hutchinson, but Dorr will pick it up for Salisbury, goes down and wins a free kick right on halfway under the challenge of Lennon Peake. Free kick to Salisbury. That's the man-bund Canis Carroll takes. Canis Carroll, who's a Republic of Ireland under-21 international from 5 years ago. Town have now broken forward, a little tug there on the shirt, but nothing given. And Salisbury can bring the ball forward on the right. Fassan Made, just over halfway, goes backwards, looks for support. The ball is threaded forward. Tuck steps forward, and Cox puts a foot in, ricochets up off Salisbury player, but it bounced last off Joe Payne, and it will be thrown to Salisbury right in front of the Enfield Town dugout. Fassan Made's come across to take this 10 yards inside the Salisbury half on their right, 10 yards inside the Enfield half on the Salisbury right. Appeal for handball there against Thompson for Town. Play goes on, Josh Hedges, but then it's picked up by Lennon Peake. Peake looks to spread the play, but he's given it away. Here comes the shot from range, it's blocked. Shot came in from Callum Watts. Regay now on the left, there's the corner. Here's Coppin, tries to pull the ball back, but the attempted cross is blocked, and we have the first corner for the game, and it's gone to Salisbury. It'll be out on their left. So far, fairly even. First attack for Salisbury. They've taken the corner short and quickly. Enfield Town still arranging themselves. Swung in, headed away immediately, nodded back in. Another hooked away this time. It's come back out to Reggae. Here's Leggett on the right, chips the ball into the area. Here comes the header, and it's over. I think it was Fasten Made, the number 10, got their header in. It was a cross from the right from Leggett. After Salisbury caught Enfield Town out a little bit with that quick corner. Town cleared their lines initially, but not substantially. And when the cross came back in, Fasten Made managed to get a header in and over the bar.
Yeah, it's a quite bright start. Last couple of minutes, it's been interesting and quick as well. Quick movement of ball, and Fasten Made looks a threat. Actually, we haven't seen much yet. But it's early days, of course. For Josh Hedges, their top scorer, I believe he scored about 7 goals. He's definitely going to be a threat for us. But that was a good half chance over the bar. The header really was worth a try.
5 minutes in. It's still Town 0, Salisbury 0. Joe Payne tried to take a quick throw. The referee saw something he didn't like. I think Payne had gone a bit too far forward with his attempt. So Payne will retake in his left-back position. 15 yards inside his own half. Beckons, or rather waves his teammates forward up the line. Takes the throw now deep into the Salisbury half. Leonard chases. Carroll's got the header in. It's up and around halfway. Tuck battling with Watts. Ball played over the top. And it's a race on now. Good chasing back from Benjamin. Did really well there. Under pressure from Coppin. And really had to get that right as Town win a free kick for a foul on Thompson inside their own half. But a ball played over the top there, good recovery speed from Benjamin, had to get that first. Otherwise it would have been a 1-on-1 from Coppin, and Benjamin did get there first.
Yeah, it was good defending by Benjamin. He's gone quite pacey, the forward there, and he did well, and Foster covered as well, so it was pretty good. Payne tries to clear up the line, but goes out for a throw.
Yeah, Town yet to really make any foray into the Salisbury half. They had the one free kick towards the edge of the area that was headed away promptly. But since then, Salisbury have been on the front foot. I'm particularly interested to see, as I've mentioned, where Christian Scott will fit in his debut. Here he is on the ball now, checks onto his right foot, and nice calm play there, spreading the ball out to Benjamin. He gives it to Oyenuga, right flank for Enfield Town, inside the Salisbury half. He goes up the line looking for Leonard, but Salisbury have won it back. He's Coppin, out-muscled though. Possession changes hands yet again, and now Salisbury trying to release themselves going forward. Tuck dived in there quite late. Salisbury appealing for a free kick, but the refs way play on, and the Salisbury player is prone on the ground. Play continues, however. Cox isn't standing on ceremony. He launches it forward, and Dorr is able to clear it up for Salisbury. Their goalkeeper takes a chance there, turns the on-rushing Hutchinson. Had to get that right, or he'd have had an open goal released beneath him. Joe Payne takes possession inside the centre circle for Town. Tuck sidesteps his man. Neat footwork from Tuck. Slips, gets back on his feet, gives it to Scott. Scott gives it back to Dan Cox. Lots of new faces, lots of young faces in the Town team today. Tuck, Scott, Cox, all in their teens still. As the ball goes out of play for a Salisbury throw on the far side there left. Josh Somerton will take it. And Josh Somerton will take his time taking it, because he's going to have to trot across the running track in order to catch the ball. And he's decided that's enough exertion for one move. He's tossed the ball to Reggae to take the throw instead. Somerton preferring a more leisurely stroll back onto the pitch. Enfield Town 0, Salisbury 0. 9 minutes in, Salisbury in 18th place, Town in 23rd. The ball is back in play. A bit of head tennis up by halfway. Oyenuga puts the ball into orbit. Scott does well to win the header. tucks forward, something for Billy Leonard to chase on the edge of the area, and he's done well enough to earn Town a corner. Good chasing there of a lost cause by Billy Leonard. Town have their first corner on the right.
Yeah, it's quite refreshing actually. How long has it taken? About 9 to 10 minutes to get our first attack, but it was a good block actually. Billy Leonard put him under pressure and he conceded the corner, so we're about to take the corner now.
Lennon Peake will take it from Town's right. Into it comes, near post. Salisbury managed to head it clear. It's cleared up towards halfway. Oyenuga sweeps up, takes a touch on his right foot, looks out to the right, but a Salisbury head gets to it first, and then Billy Leonard does well to wrestle possession back for Town, and it's back with Benjamin and then Dan Cox at the back, left-footed. He looks for Joe Payne, making an advanced run up the left. Payne gets a foot on it, but Daw will pick it up for Salisbury, launches over halfway. Benjamin gets ahead on it, and Coppin give chase to Oyenuga, but Oyenuga has enough about himself there, and he gives it back to Benjamin. Benjamin to Forster right-footed, not the best clearance, not up to halfway, straight to a Salisbury player. It's Reggae under pressure. He gives it back to Carroll at the back. Salisbury's goalkeeper Tom Lincoln is an occasional cricketer, T20 cricketer for Middlesex, wicket-keeper, batsman by all accounts, and he's made one county championship appearance for Kent as well. As Salisbury attack, Thompson cuts it out, does well out on the right, not just to cut out the attack but to play it back up the line. However, Salisbury in possession again, and now Tom Leggett. Lovely footwork there from Alfie Tuck, and it will be a throw into Salisbury, gone out to play on the left. Salisbury have the throw, taken by Reggae, exchanges passes with Coppin, makes inroads infield towards the left, but it's cut out, and now Christian Scott can build for Town. What can he do? The pass goes astray. He had options to his left, tried to go out to the right flank, and promptly placed it straight out of play. Any early impressions so far of Christian Scott on debut in the centre, John?
He's been kind of dropping back quickly as well, pushing forward, so keeping with the momentum play. I mean, it's going to take time just to get to know the players, I guess, thrown in at the deep end literally, but so far so good. And the referee, no moan yet either, so if you still got your time to get your predictions in for the Guess the Moan. But yeah, I mean, also, I think Andrew pointed out that Dan Lincoln made one appearance for Arsenal apparently, so in goal. So, no, sorry, for the first team, but must have been in a League Cup game or something, because I can't certainly remember him.
Lincoln on the ball now, and he's given it out to Somerton on his left, and here's Tom Leggett. Scott who put the pressure on, and it's a poor clearance there from Lincoln, but Salisbury clear in hurried fashion, and a high press there from Town, various attackers swarming over the Salisbury defence, and it's forced Salisbury to concede a throw, which they might think is danger cleared, but if Joe Payne trots across, then, well, Joe Payne's not trotting across, so it's not going to be a long throw. But it is a throw in an advanced position for Town, halfway inside the Salisbury half, and that came about from good pressure up the top of the pitch from Town there, from the Town attackers. John Oyenuga then, ball in hand, looking for options on the right, halfway inside the Salisbury half. Town fans have found their voice behind Dan Lincoln's goal in the Salisbury net. Town on the ball, long shot comes in from range, and it's straight down the heart. The throw to the goalkeeper as John Butty and Carroll now play the ball up towards halfway. Watts gets ahead on it. Fasten Made on the right, goes down the line, and it's kept in play by Cox. Did really well there, blocked the corner, blocked across, prevented the corner, then executed a nutmeg. Did really well. Tuck there, some neat footwork inside his own area, then playing the ball up to Hutchinson, and a free kick has been given to Town. Really good defending there from Cox. So as Fasenmade ran at him, first he prevented the cross, then he prevented the corner, then he nutmegged his man, then he gave it to Tuck, who is equally adept on the ball. And the ball has been played back now to Rhys Forster. The ball has been played up the left now towards Payne. Carroll now clears up the line. And the ball goes back to Rhys Forster. Forster chips the ball up towards halfway. In case you were wondering, that earlier shot, Enfield Town's first on target, was from Lennon Peak. Grateful thanks, John Manitara, keeping more of an eye on things than yours truly.
had my glasses.
It'll be a throw on halfway to Town. On the right, Town, after being slightly under the cosh for a couple of minutes earlier, they've edged their way back into the game, would you say?
Yeah, tentatively. It hasn't been real open chances, clear-cut chances yet, but they're testing each other out. So it's evolving, as we say. It's going to be quite a tense game, and I don't want any late drama after the Cheshire game. But like you said before, I think Salisbury are prone to that as well, conceding late penalty against Torquay United the other night. So, fireworks there on bonfire night, as they say. But they're always going to be a threat. They look quite pacey, and it's interesting that we're on the attack at the moment, but no.
Town attempting an attack. There's some neat interplay in midfield, creating half a chance, but it was cut out before they reached the area. Some neat footwork there from Alfie Tuck as well. That last chance that was just snuffed out was impressive to see and encouraging to see, because it was one of the first times Town have tried to work their way forward through short passes on the floor. So far it's been a bit longer. That was a very fancy touch there from the debutant Christian Scott. Scorpion kick behind his back, and now Hutchinson breaking forward for Town from the centre, spreads it out wide right to Oyenuga. Oyenuga takes a touch, crosses into the area, there's a cross, it's saved by the goalkeeper from point blank range. Leonard stuck out a foot. The goalkeeper instinctively saved. The ball crossed back in towards the area, but now it's with Salisbury. They can clear up towards halfway. It was a good move. Hutchinson found Oyenuga out on the right. He took a touch, crossed into the area. Leonard got there first, and it was a point blank save from the goalkeeper, John.
Well, it was a great move, but tremendous save equally, and it's spicing up a little bit now. It's getting interesting, and our fans are singing away there, so it's woken us all up, I think.
Yeah, first real meaningful effort on goal there, and it came from Town, and it was a good move as well. Peak finding space in the centre, intelligently and patiently going wide rather than trying to force things, and then Oyenuga had space and time on the right and put in a really good cross, really inviting cross that was saved at point blank range. Salisbury, however, on the attack. Reggae, the left wing back, gives it to John Batty. Now it goes to Fasenmade. He crosses low into the area, but Thompson was there calmly, and Town take a safety first approach there. So possession has gone straight back to Salisbury, but the danger has been cleared immediately. I'm hearing positive murmurs and mumblings around me about Adam Thompson at the centre of Enfield Town's defence. What difference do you think he's making, John?
It's kind of the stability
break off, because the ball's been played forward and Forster comes off his line to gather well. It was played just behind Payne, in between Payne and Cox there, something for Fasenmade to race onto, but Forster was very alive to it, came steaming off his line and made the save. Town have a free kick on halfway. And John, back to your thoughts on the difference of Adam Thompson in defence.
I think he's made a big difference. Only the two matches I've seen, and he's had that stability been lacking, and to organise the fullbacks around him, the other defenders around him, and he's very astute, calm, composed. That's what we need, really. And I think Dan Cox is great as well there. And he nearly lost the ball, as I said, but no, he won it back though, so it wasn't a kiss of death as always.
Yeah, Dan Cox, he's been quite involved today, but he's done his defensive duties well, and he looks pretty comfortable on the ball, would you say? Oh,
he looks very comfortable, and he's a tall player. It's good for the set pieces when we're defending, I think, as well. And we've got a bit of a presence there with Alfie Tuck as well, and he's one of those players, dare I say, like the defensive midfielder, but he's very technical as well, though.
Town have a free kick in a dangerous position here. It will be taken by Lennon Peake. It's on the left. It's swung in towards the area, but it will be a Salisbury head on it first. Comes back out to Payne. He gives it up and under back into the penalty area. And Benjamin was under it, but Salisbury got to head to it first. It's going to go out of play for a throw to Town, halfway inside the Salisbury half on the right. I've noticed Salisbury play a very high line from these free kicks. They don't defend the penalty area. They defend about 5 or 10 yards in front of the penalty area when Town have a free kick from 15 yards. I wonder if that's that big space in between their line and the goalkeeper. I wonder if that's something Town might look to exploit, perhaps lower into the space rather than just tossing it into the air at the high line. However, Town have the long throw still to be taken, but Joe Payne's got it in his hands, so it's going to be a long one from the right. In it comes now towards the 6-yard box. Salisbury get ahead on it first time, and then Coppin will lump it up towards halfway. Oyenuga lumps it straight back whence it came. Salisbury have getting a bit of a muddle there. There are two defenders shouted at each other. There's no Town attacker in sight. They both took their eye off it. It came off one of them, but Town didn't have a player to take advantage because there was a real miscommunication there. They both left it, neither put a foot on it. The goalkeeper didn't come, and the ball did ricochet loose, and for a moment it was an opportunity, but there were no Town players in the vicinity.
Yeah, it's always it was a bit of miscommunication at the back there. Unfortunate to get away with it, but yeah, you said the high line. I don't know. For me, it's not. There's the benefits and there's also pitfalls. Like for example, Tottenham have discovered a few times, but it does make the game more attacking. But then you're also vulnerable with some pacey forward and a long ball over. So, and if you've got pace at the back, you can contend with it. But if you haven't, time will tell in this game.
The game certainly opened up. Whether or not that's because of the high line, we'll wait and see. But the game certainly opened up. It's become a bit more end-to-end. Salisbury are going to have a throw on their right, about 15 yards inside the Town half, making a bit of a production of just retrieving the ball here. But eventually they've got the ball, and it's their captain, Saido Jombati, who takes. And Peake sticks a foot in to clear the ball, and it will be another throw to Salisbury. They've gained about 10 yards here, and it'll be taken again by the captain, John Batty. Impressive shock of hair atop his head. Takes it short, looking for Hedges, the danger man for Salisbury, but Scott's done really well there. Dribbled the ball out of danger, giving it to Tuck. Really sensible first time pass from him there to John Oyenuga, and Oyenuga takes on his man. Takes two to stop him, but stop him they do, and now Salisbury can attack down their left. It's Coppin. Lofts the ball in towards the area, but Forster's off his line quickly again, right to the edge of his area. He's been really alert. We know Reece Forster does like to come charging out of his area, but 2 occasions now he's come off his line very quickly, got to the edge of his area and mopped up the danger before anything could really happen. And now he's launched it up into the Salisbury half. They've not made the best clearance. It's up on halfway. Thompson gets a block in. Peake challenges. Thompson again lofts the ball up the line on the left. John Batty's there to tidy up for Salisbury and wins a throw off Joe Payne, but it's a throw right down by the corner flag that Salisbury are defending. So throw to Salisbury in their right back position, deep inside their own half, and halfway through the first half it remains Enfield Town 0, Salisbury 0, and it's probably in keeping with what you'd expect from a side in 23rd hosting a side in 18th.
Yeah, it's kind of what we expect, really. It's going to be closely contested, but I think the bright spark of this match, apart from that move we had earlier, is Christian Scott's grown on me. It was only halfway through the first half, but some good touches and perceptions and anticipation as well. He looks a good prospect.
Yeah, there's a few really good technical players in the Town team now. Tuck, Scott in that midfield. Good loan signings. Here's Scott again, sidestepping his man. He's really calm presence and technically good on the ball. Here he is again. Gives it to Oyenuga. Oyenuga cuts inside his man. Sends him sprawling. Gives it to Thompson. Some very nice, neat footwork here from Town. They're not progressing high up the pitch, but just getting a feel of the ball, having some possession, making Salisbury work. Forster's lofted it up towards halfway. It's a Salisbury head on it. Oyenuga and Coppin both go crumpled onto a heap. Play continues. Leonard now tries to run his man, but the ball is signalled to have gone out for a throw. Good idea there from Leonard. And it remains Town 0, Salisbury 0. Salisbury now build from the back with Somerton. Salisbury no stranger themselves to conceding late goals, as Town have done in their most recent league game. Salisbury conceded 2 goals well into stoppage time in recent weeks, but they're on the attack now. Here's Watts on his left foot, and Scott does really well to read the danger, beat 2 players and then scoop the ball clear. It will come back again though. Salisbury, here's Leggett trying to play it in field, but Oynuga's there to clear it up. It's not the best clearance. Regay now for Salisbury, and here's John Batty. John Batty looks out wide. Leggett, and really good diagonal ball there. Back into John Batty. Now Fasenmade chips into the area, but that's easy for Reece Forster. Both sides looking enterprising going forward, but Town's defence has looked pretty solid and aided most recently there by Christian Scott doing some good work.
Yeah, he's just getting better and better as the game progresses, and so far, credit where it's due, the referee's been quite good. I can't complain about anything. This has got to be a first, mind you. It's given time.
Yeah, the game's been allowed to flow. There have been a few coming together and a few niggles, and the refs just waved it on. Nothing too controversial just yet, though. And Salisbury struggling to get a foot on the ball. Most of their forward play so far in the last 10 minutes has just been hopeful clearances over halfway. That's forced all the centre-backs have been able to get to first. Illustrating the point there, John Batty lofts the ball high over halfway. It was good work there from Thompson at the back to clear, and John Batty gets himself into a bit of a muddle there, attempting a back heel, earning a biggest cheer of the day so far from the Town faithful. Attempted back heel into his own feet and out for a throw to Town.
Yeah, I kind of perfected that kind of mistake in my playing career, I think. But for me, it was a regular thing, not a one-off. But other than that, it's been a really good play by John Batty. He's been very involved and involved in every, particularly when attacking on the right side. He seems to be the lead, and he's protest about a throwing decision there.
Yeah, Town had a chance to throw it long. Joe Payne took it short and almost made a bit of a mess of the routine, but they've won another throw in an identical position, and I think this time maybe it will go longer. Payne's got it in his hands again. It's 20 yards from goal on the left. Town have slung the big men forward. Salisbury have 9-10 back inside their own area. In comes the throw towards the 6-yard box, but the referee blows his whistle, gives a free kick for what? I know not. Presumably a push. Did you see anything untoward there, or was this your first moan, John?
Oh, it was a partial moan, not a proper moan. It could have a bit unsighted, to be fair. I'll give him benefit of the doubt at this stage.
Fair, the voice of reason. But, however, a problem for Town because Reece Forster has gone down. He's come all the way out of his goal to make sure the play's stopped. There was no one near him. It's not like it was an impact injury or anything. But he's gone down. His left leg is straight, and his right knee, his right leg, is receiving a bit of examination from the physio. This is bad news because if he's not able to continue, Town don't have a substitute goalkeeper. So if Gavin McPherson were just thinking things seem to be settling down and his luck may be about to turn, he's got another think coming. Let's hope for the best for Reece Forster. Both sides have come over to the respective benches, dugouts, to take on some refreshment and instruction. And 28 minutes into the game, what have you made of things so far, John?
It's quite an even contest, and obviously the best chance was for Enfield. I just hope Reece is okay, because I think we chatted to him after the Cheltenham game, and it just shows it takes time to gel and know what's your favoured foot from the other defenders, the new additions, which one it suits you, rather than having it on your left, you want it on your right. So finding out each other's preferences, so it takes time. I just hope he's okay, because he's a fantastic goalkeeper, probably our player of the season so far. He's had so much practice, put it that way.
Yeah, charming chap, Reece Forster, and he's back on his feet. He's taking a drink from inside the net. Play's restarting, so Forster's good to continue for now at least. We'll keep an eye on that though. There was no obvious injury. He's waggling that limb to test it. We'll have to wait and see. He has been called into action a couple of times just to sprint off his line and fall on top of the ball, but no great leaping about this way and that as yet. Salisbury have the ball. Here's Regay charging forward, the left wing back, spreads it out towards Coppin. He's done well to keep it in play. There's appeals that it's gone out of play, but he's still got it just down by the corner flag on the left. Regay helps him out, but Oyenuga is there. Done really well there, Oyenuga. Now Town can break up the right. Good break of pace here from Leonard, looking for Hutchinson, but he'll do well to reach that with two covering Salisbury centre-backs, and Salisbury can pass amongst themselves. Town, it's been an impressive start. They've grown into the game so far, but Salisbury on the attack here. Here's Hedges, leading goal scorer for Salisbury. Hedges building from deep. Now gives it out wide to Fasanmade in the right corner of the area. Cuts into his left foot. Curls a shot. It's deflected. Town with Oyenuga managed to clear out of the area. Now Peake can pick it up for Town. And he beats his man, but he's brought down by John Batty. In other circumstances, perhaps a more pedantic referee might brandish yellow cards, but I think common sense prevailed there from the ref, and he's just given the foul and nothing more, and Peake will take a moment to compose himself. You happy with that decision, John?
Yeah, it was definitely a foul, but I mean, something between a yellow and not, but in a way, if he does it again, obviously it will be a yellow next time, so so far I like the referee's fair decision.
It's turning into a really intriguing game. Both sides increasingly getting the ball on the floor. There was a flurry for the first 20 minutes or so where everything was sort of lofted in the air. But in the last 5 or 10 minutes, both sides it feels like both sides feel they've settled into the game, and they're both looking to play the ball a bit shorter and use the turf rather than the atmosphere. Here's Joe Payne on the left inside the Salisbury half. Peake tucking infield, giving it back to Dan Cox, back up on the left flank to Peake, swings across into the area. Salisbury get ahead in it first. It's going to come out to John Oyenuga. Tries to take on his man inside the area, couldn't quite though. It's good defensive work from Regay. Oyenuga puts the tackle in though, prevents the clearance straight away. Salisbury finally get the ball up to halfway. Here's Watts for them, trying to force the ball. Good spread of play there to Fasanmade on this near side the right, just over halfway. Craig Fasanmade taking on his man Cox, tries to beat him for pace down the line, but Cox does really well, gets his body in between ball and man and brings the ball away, striding forward purposefully there, but gives the ball away, didn't quite find his man. Town have it back however, and Peake can give it back to Reece Forster in the Town goal. Forster tries to find Oyenuga, but it's too high for him. The diminutive Oyenuga stretched every sinew, couldn't quite keep it in, and it's a throw on halfway on the left, which Salisbury take backwards towards Dan Lincoln, the wicket-keeper, batsman, goalkeeper for Salisbury, T20 cricketer for Middlesex, county cricketer for Kent, and our goalkeeper for Salisbury Town. He's fired the ball up towards halfway, and Coppin looks infield, and Thompson there went to ground, and the referee belatedly has given a free kick, and he's going to pull out the yellow card there for Adam Thompson as Watts was breaking free. Thompson stretched. What did you make of that, John?
I think it did touch him. It was a foul, but harsh to give a yellow. Almost a big moan, but not quite yet. It wasn't that bad, but a bit like their one, to be fair. But he let their guy off a similar foul, so I'm watching him now. I'm under scrutiny. But they got a free kick, must be about 35 yards out. And let's hope it's not a good one.
It's a Salisbury free kick, just left of centre, about 35 yards out, as John says. I think Thompson there dived in because perhaps in his advanced years he didn't trust his pace. So he dived in, as I say, 35 yards from goal rather than getting into a foot race. The ref took a dim view of it, and the net result is that Salisbury have a free kick. Was that? That wasn't a card brandish, was it? He was just raising his whistle to indicate, I think. So in comes the free kick. It's deep towards the back post, and Watts manages to keep it in. It was beyond everybody, but Watts keeps it in on the right hand side. It's not Watts, it's Somerton. Tries to beat his man, and Scott does well and gives it short to Payne on the left. Payne chips it up towards halfway. Peake can't quite gather it, and the ball's hoiked forward again towards Salisbury. They try to take control on halfway. Leonard puts pressure on Watts. Watts, however, shields the ball well, scuttling from right to left, goes back in towards his own, the halfway line. It's come out wide now on the right to John Batty. First time ball played up the wall to Fasanade on the right. Can he keep it in? Just about keeps it in, and the ball deflects off the backtracking Cox into the hands of Forster, and Town can push forward again. Peake under pressure, does well, finds his name, Payne, and now it's gone back to Christian Scott, who's having a really comfortable game there in midfield, tidying up everything. Scott's given it back to Forster. He's tried to play long towards halfway, but Salisbury get the head in it first with Somerton. Nice little flick there, but Thompson's read it well, and he clears up towards Oyenuga on the right. Oyenuga beaten to it initially by Reggae and secondarily by Reggae, and now it's Salisbury in the corner of the penalty area, but Oyenuga's back, and between he and Tuck, the danger is snuffed out and cleared up towards halfway. Salisbury just having a little spell here. It's coming back over and over, but Dorr is dispossessed by Peake, and Peake now on the charge over halfway for Town. Peake finds Hutchinson, cuts onto his right, shoots, it's deflected high into the air, still in the area, but the header from Leonard is comfortably into the hands of Lincoln, and he clears quickly up to halfway, but Oyenuga reads it, and it's end-to-end stuff because Oyenuga is charging straight back at Salisbury now. Picked up by Leonard out on the right. Tuck first time as ever, gives it to Benjamin, and Town calm things down, and it's the ever calming presence of Thompson in possession. A little flurry there a moment ago from Town.
Yeah, every long ball's kind of been wasteful, but we're pushing forward now with Leonard.
Leonard is just bumped off the ball, however. The referee's shown he's going to let those sorts of things go, and Salisbury can break now. Nice ball played over halfway, and the ball's played into the centre. Here's Chelsea Coppin, shoots straight at Reece Forster. And it was a first time shot from Coppin, arriving completely unmarked. The defence had been pulled over to their left, and Coppin arrived from the Salisbury left wing. First time shot from the edge of the area, didn't really get behind it, John.
Yeah, it was the first clear-cut chance for Salisbury, and like you said, the defence went to the left side, and he was clear on the right side. So I think we're pressing them all the time. Enfield's pressing, and they're struggling to clear the ball. But when we play short passes, Enfield's short passes, we look a threat. However, the long balls have been wasteful, so best to keep in a short game.
Well, yeah, there's a salutary message there, isn't there? The short ball works, long ball doesn't, in a nutshell. And I understand Town, particularly when inside their own area, just launching it clear to halfway. That makes sense after the individual mistakes of, well, I was going to say recent weeks, of all weeks so far this season. It makes sense just to clear. But when they have a bit of quiet possession from halfway, then that's the time for Town to play the short game. However, Salisbury on the attack now with a long throw incoming from their left, level with the edge of the area. Looks like it's Reggae who's going to take it. It's up towards John Batty. Missed clearance there. And Salisbury managed to get a shot in. It's deflected high into the air. It's going to bounce out of play for a corner. It's Salisbury's second of the game. So Salisbury demonstrating that anything Joe Payne can do, they can do themselves with a long throw. They've got their second corner off the game now. They're looking into, looking to a short corner. They may still look to a short corner. Owen Dorr's gone across to take it, and Josh Hedges is in close attendance. Dorr takes it long, however, towards the back post. Forster does really well, gets a strong fist on that. Pushed out of the area, and then Peake is hacked down by his man, and a yellow card is forthcoming. It's going to be yellow card to Callum Watts, beg your pardon, because Peake, although he was only 10 yards outside his own penalty area, he was on the gallop, and he was hacked at by Callum Watts, and after 38 minutes, Callum Watts joins Adam Thompson in the book. Fair decision, John?
Oh yeah, totally. He was away there, but it was a callous tackle, ruthless one really, took him out completely, so no choice but a yellow card. So no big moan just yet, but there's always potential, listeners.
gamesmanship, I think they call that one. He just hacked down an attack in its embryonic stage. Salisbury, they're looking to find Fasenmade. That's always an outlet for them. Fasenmade, the number 10, the right winger, he's got a pair of legs on him. However, to his credit, Dan Cox, the defender against whom he's running, has been equal to everything Fasenmade's thrown at him so far. Salisbury have possession on the right, chipped forward by Jumbati into the area. Fasenmade takes up possession, but Payne and Tuck and Cox between them clear up to halfway, and Salisbury made a little mistake. They're giving away a cheap throw-in to Town on halfway, on their left. It's puffer jackets and woolly hats all around on the benches today. Cold afternoon, floodlights are on, very overcast, and Town still awaiting the ball to take their throw. Cox will take on the left, bang on halfway. Salisbury officials, management team in deep discussion with the fourth official. Salisbury clear up towards halfway. Thompson, first time, no nonsense, clears the ball out for a throw. Throw to Salisbury. John Batty will take it just inside his own half on the right. 5 minutes to go till half time. Enfield Town 0, Salisbury 0. Fair reflection of the game so far, John?
Yes, completely. 0-0's probably a decent scoreliner. Like we said, Enfield had the best chance of the game, then just had one earlier, Salisbury, but on the attack again.
Salisbury on the attack. Here's a chance to crop in on his right foot. Angle shot is blocked. He's going to come out to the edge of the area, and then great work from Scott. And now the ball breaks free to Tuck, who's advancing up into the... It's Lennon Peak now advancing into the Salisbury half. Town managed to keep possession. Here's Scott on his right foot, outside the left-hand edge of the area. Now Joe Payne, corner of the area, chips towards the back post. And Oinuga just about can't quite get his shot away. It's smuggled clear by Salisbury. Oinuga just got onto the end of the cross, but he couldn't get a shot away. And Salisbury were able to clear it, but good build-up there from Town on the left. They're still in possession. So we'll stay with the commentary because Cox has played it forward, looking for Billy Leonard, but that will be easy enough for the goalkeeper. Good attack there up the left for Town.
That was just one of the nicest flowing moves we've had for a time. The players are kind of connecting. It's nice having that mixture of youth and experience. It's really paying off, actually. Like we said from the last match, we're developing a kind of spine of a team, but it's the style of football I'm actually liking in patches, but it's getting more and more. The players are connecting, and Scott really fitted in amazingly well, and defensively not too bad either.
Yeah, really good point you make there. Not just the spine is looking better, but the style of play in patches, but increasingly as this game's worn on, keeping the ball on the floor. And between Tuck and Christian Scott, when they receive possession, the first thing they look to do is to give it sensibly and short and on the floor. They're not looking to go long immediately. And it's having a really good influence on, as you say, the style of play off the team. Salisbury just tidy up there at the back, give it back to their goalkeeper. You also mentioned the spine of the team. What do you make of this back three now? It's the second consecutive match in which we've had Benjamin Thompson and Cox at the back. I'll ask you your opinions on that. Yes. What do you make of that back three so far, these two games? It was a game and a half.
It's pretty good. We've got obviously Thompson, maturity to the back, but then I think Cox has done really well. He's won quite a few of the duels coming on the left side, on his left side, and I think with Oyenuga's got the pace at the back there as well. So it's a good balance there.
Well won by Alfie Tucker now. Well won by Joe Payne. He can feed the ball up the left for Billy Leonard. Leonard's run onto it. Outside the left-hand side of the area, chips the ball right-footed in towards the back post, but it's too deep, and it's gone out for a goal kick. But good work there from Tuck and then from Payne to win possession on halfway. It's another indication of a good Town performance.
Yeah, and there's two other players, that really haven't stopped running. It's Leonard and Peak. They're really pushing, as soon as they get the ball, Salisbury, they're on them straight away, and great. So it's a really good performance in that respect. A bit edgy, but you expect that in this type of game.
I noticed as well a moment ago that Cox stepped forward and Tuck stepped back into defence to replace him, and it seems both of them equally comfortable in possession on the ball, interchanging places between centre-back and defensive midfield. Salisbury in possession now, however. Here's Hedges, spreads it out wide to Leggett, wide to Jumbati. Here's Hedges, held up by Tuck. On the right outside the area, was beating his man. Hedges into the area, to the edge of the area. Now it comes to Watts. Here's Dorr, left foot shot from range. Oh, just over the bar. Goodness me. Hit that with velocity. 20 yards out. Left footed. Caught that sweet as a nut, and it whistled over the top, just by inches over the top of Reece Forster's bar.
Oh, it's a great effort. Just like you said, just inches over the bar, and it's interesting, like you said, with Tuck and Cox interchanging, and it's working quite well, you know. And there's good understanding with the wing backs, especially pushing forward. Don't want to get caught out, so the awareness is increasing, and obviously, you know, it takes a lot of time for everybody to fit in and for the unit to click, but there seems to be more positive phases of clicking. Oh, and there's 2 minutes of added time for the second half, additional minutes.
Salisbury on the attack though, on the right. Fassman's giving it back to Jumbati. Jumbati goes further back towards halfway, and it's now going to be recycled up the left for Regay. Tosses the ball into the area, but that's easy for Forster, and showing no ill effects so far from that little stoppage he had to attend to an injury on his legs about 15 minutes ago. As John mentioned, we're going to have 2 additional minutes of added time. Very even game. I think, if anything, forecasting Gavin's half-time thoughts, he'll be pleased at the centre-back 3 as much as anything else. The back 3 have looked secure, whereas in weeks gone by it's always seemed like there's a mistake threatening within that back 3, and they look like they can get caught out. This time around, one chance given up, but no individual mistakes. They've done pretty well as Salisbury loft the ball too long, and it's gone out to play for a goal kick. What would you think Gavin's half-time sentiments and team talk will look like?
I think more of the same, and more of a threat. Enfield more of a threat. Quick passing, quick interchange, maybe pushing a bit more with Oyenuga. When he runs darts forward, there's a lot of danger then. They seem to, you know, panic a little bit at the back there with the high line as well, so it's catching him out, and the pace is putting him under pressure, and they have to clear the ball like they just did now, about 30 yards up the pitch, just to get rid of it. So we've got possession again through putting him under pressure.
It's Town under pressure at the moment, but Peake's done really well there, using his strength and touch to hold up the ball. He's sent it up the pitch towards the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper sent it up along the other way, and Xavier Benjamin's done well to win a free kick from Noah Coppin. And as we edge towards the final seconds of the half, it remains Town 0, Salisbury 0, and there goes the half-time whistle. In fact, it is Town 0, Salisbury 0. Final thoughts from you, John?
It's probably an even reflection of the game, a draw at the moment, and no real mistakes, a couple of chances. It's even Steven, and I think more of the same second half. It's a crunch game, like we said. No team wants to lose, but both teams definitely need to win, especially Enfield.
Thanks very much, John. Yes, I think most observers of sound mind would agree it's been a 0-0 sort of half, but it's been an entertaining one. Town have played well enough. Town have had one clear-cut chance from Billy Leonard, which was saved at point-blank range by the Salisbury goalkeeper Lincoln, and Salisbury themselves had one clear chance, albeit from the edge of the area. Noah Coppin firing straight at Reece Forster. It means that at half-time the score is indeed Enfield Town 0, Salisbury 0. The microphone will stay on for the next 15 minutes, so rejoin us in about, I'd say, 14 minutes from now, so just after 4 o'clock for the resumption of play for the second half. But until then, the mic will stay on. You will hear some background mutterings, but until then, we'll leave you with a half-time score of Enfield Town 0, Salisbury 0.
We don't get nothing out of this.
We're playing well, though. Do you not? The defence looks a lot better this week.
We've let a few out there.
Yeah.
Side
Yeah.
when he's open on his own.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Defence on this side, Cox on this side's been good, hasn't it?
He's been solid.
Get a link to the commentary.
It's on the website. Do you know?
You know what? I always lose it.
Okay, I can write it down. For you something. You've got a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Let's make sure I get it right now. What is the thing? MJL 99.
I usually find it's really full.
Yeah.
Let me find out.
MJL 99.
Yeah, so it won't come back then, will it?
Why have I been signed out?
Let's see if I can find it.
No, but if we kill the string,
All the fans focus, and sometimes somebody posts a link, but I don't see a link today.
I posted one last night on the forum. Yeah, but this, that one. It'll be on there.
Yeah, I can't seem to find it. It keeps coming up, songs retain department, highlights and interviews.
Is there one for Salisbury tomorrow? That one? Yeah, you go on page 2 of that.
Oh, page 2. Okay. Maybe that's how it's
Down likely towards the bottom of page 2. There's a post from AAMP. See that? Yeah, there you go. It's on your paper.
I know it runs in the background and
Yeah.
late, but it's good.
Cool. My pleasure.
Are you involved? You do the...
I do the home games. John does the punditry, the expert punditry. We've got another fan who does the punditry on other weeks. So it's just the home games so far. But one to notch up. It looks like about 35 listeners so far.
Okay,
We had one comment which was up for town.
That's good.
Waiting whether to put my gloves on for the second half. Hands are freezing.
Yeah, I wish I'd got my coat today. Did you drop your case or something down there?
Oh yeah, that's my. Are you able to get to it? If not, I can get it full time. That's for the cable.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
You got it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fulham the beating Palace 1-0. West Ham 0-0 with Everton. 1-1. Let's have a look. I suppose we can give them some half-time scores. Their listeners, I suppose.
Yeah, come through.
Tranmere winning, miracle. God, put it last though. That doesn't seem to last this year.
My targets thing.
Cheers.
Lovely. Alright, bud. I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, that's fine.
Some information about some forthcoming fixtures for us. Tuesday night, we're in the Middlesex Senior Cup, and we're playing Camberwell Town.
Bath City, how are they doing?
Saturday, we're at home again, this time to Hornchurch in the trophy, followed by a visit to Dorking.
I feel like this is very winning this match. I'm taking a half to get in lay of the land.
We are at home again to Hornchurch this time in the league, followed by the 30th of November when we're at home to Torquay.
Something we can talk about to start the second half.
Would you like to volunteer to help with the club? Don't just pop down to the club shop.
He's a good player, isn't he? They maybe need physicality.
Yeah, because as I say, it's something about him. You kind of feel like he's bustling and.
He had the old Mo Fall who played a few seasons ago. He was exactly the player we need. A bit of height and skill as well. And presence.
It's the thing everyone's after, isn't it?
Yeah, he's
There will be a minibus going to Hanwell, £10, leaving at 5:30. If you'd like to go to that bus shop, or a minibus to Hanwell, £10, leaving at 5:30. That's on Tuesday. All lights lollies, cornettos, and chocolate food are reduced to £1 tonight. So if you want an ice cream, that's a little bit cold. If you want an ice cream, it's £1, reduced to £1 for all lights.
So everyone's kind of saying, it's basically a full-strength team. It's not quite a full-strength team. It's like Lewis Tafton and then Ollie Knight played it.
The ones that,
Fringe kind of. So it looked like a bunch of players not really played with each other, whereas you're already seeing understanding here, like Cox and Tuck filling in for each other. You're really getting a sense here that there's understanding on the pitch.
Within the day, he raised just £1,000 for this youngster from our projects to go to. He's a gymnast, and he's found out that he's a talented gymnast. England gymnastics team invited him to go to Enfield to in the field European field. So these family comes abroad. It's like 7 kids just really another man, he actually used to connect every day. He raised £1,000 for Salisbury.
That's amazing.
I never thought we're going to get such a quick thing.
Yeah, in a day.
Never know what you're going to get on the 25, especially if you have to come back each other. Yeah, that M4 anywhere between
Because obviously they don't all make it, but at the start of those age groups, you see a lot of players who do go through the ball and end up.
It's only got like a real passion. It took me, I've got to be 21 before I could go and
What freaks me out a bit, watching Mikey Moore come on and tear it up with the Spurs, and then thinking he's the same age as my oldest nephew. Because I remember sort of changing my nephew's nappy and that sort of thing.
That's so weird.
It's great. Yeah, it looks good. Because it's one thing having like one little run and everyone gets off their feet, but when he came on that Europa game, genuinely had 5, 6, 7 of those little runs, one after the other, just running at his man, beating him, beating the next man, shooting.
It doesn't matter what team it is.
So I please ask all supporters in the ground not to throw anything on the pitch during the game or even after the game. If you're in the game, please don't throw anything on the pitch. Whatever you may think you can throw on the pitch, don't throw anything at all. Please don't throw anything on the pitch. Thank you very much.
Oh no! How would I live? I don't know how you're going to survive that. It's like the end of the world.
What's the Salisbury take on that first half? What do you make of it? Happy?
Yeah, I thought we played some good football in the half. I'd like to play, we normally play possession football. We haven't done it end to end at the minute.
Yeah, it's a bit even really, isn't it? And patches.
Probably what you're going to get with two sides that are a bit out of form, do you know what I mean? Both have good players, but just when you haven't got loads going for them, it's a bit more.
Oh god, yeah, a bit more cautious as well.
Clearances. Yeah, okay. No, just
it's true. It's similar to what we said, really.
But please listen, Lincoln's good at contact stops.
That was the best.
Did he say it with his head, or did I miss it?
No, it was his hand, but it was close to his head, so
that was exactly from anything
his job to get something on the ball.
Yeah, fair enough.
Available. shirt. And loads of other bits. The A5 gets you into daytime space.
A lot though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of new t-shirts.
Been quite narrow, which has helped that.
Yeah.
Kind of widened up towards
And
the
don't forget that the shop will be open again
right in thinking
after
both
the
your left
game.
side of things.
But at the moment, still so often but not doing it.
Yeah, well, to be
Coppin's
fair,
shot was on his right foot.
Coppin's right foot. He's been playing a lot more centrally until today.
Okay.
So today he's sort of a bit more out on the left, which might suit his sort of attributes a bit more. So yeah, he's right foot, so we'll cut in, I'd imagine. But yeah, Reggae, yeah,
for a little wonder, wasn't it?
yeah, Reggae is left-footed, but he's quite happy to do either. Really.
Yeah, no, good for him. Oh, let's get back on it.
Whereas if it comes to Coppin, he's going to cut in
Yeah.
9 times out of 10.
Alright, go back on.
Go on, another one. Oh, nice. Left colour.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Dave Bryant Stadium. It's Enfield Town 0, Salisbury 0. The Town players have just trotted back out onto the pitch. Salisbury are yet to re-emerge. 0-0 as I say. No goals yet, one decent chance per side, one yellow card per side. I'll quickly run you through the team sheets before the Salisbury players return. Salisbury have Dan Lincoln in goal, Reggae, Carroll, John Barty, Somerton and Leggett, Watts, Dorr, Hedges, Coppin, Fasten, Namade. And Town have Reece Forster in goal, Oyunuga and Payne the wing backs, Benjamin Cox and Thompson the centre backs, Christian Scott and Alfie Tuck in midfield, Billy Leonard and Jake Hutchinson, Billy Leonard and Lennon Peake supporting Jake Hutchinson. The Salisbury players have themselves returned to the pitch. It looks like the board is going to go up to indicate a couple of, or at least one substitution. There is a substitution. Someone's coming on.
Substitution made by Salisbury.
Owen Dorr.
Ryan Penny is the man coming onto the pitch. 24-year-old midfielder, and Craig Fasanade has gone off. So we might perhaps see a rejig, or we might see Ryan Penny take a straightforward swap position. Penny is on. Penny in his second spell with Salisbury. 24-year-old is on. Fasanade is off. Town will kick us off in this second half, kicking towards the Hertfordshire Zoo end, where the Town regulars are now amassed. And Martin Mitchell blows his whistle, and Town immediately launch the ball forward up the right, and the ball is allowed to drift harmlessly out of play for a throw. And there you go, 5 seconds from the restart, straight away kickoff leads to a throw in. John, I see this every week. Why don't they do something more inventive?
I'm sure they've got a bet going on somewhere when it goes out of play, but it never works. I don't know why they keep persisting with it, but it might eventually work, and we'll have another prize for that if it works. Actually more chance of that than me not moaning about the referee. But so far so good, the referee. So still get your predictions in for the guess the moan time. But even Steven so far.
Yeah, huge clearance there from Adam Thompson, and it's something for Carroll to deal with at the back for Salisbury, and he's headed it out towards the left flank. Reggae can't keep it in, and Town have their first throw, and it's about 15 yards inside the Salisbury half on the right. Oyunuga will take. Pete comes short for him. Leonard goes up the line. Oyunuga still ball in his hands, looking at his options. Taking an age over this now, Oyunuga, but he's finally given it to Hutchinson. Hutchinson holds it up, does really well actually, gives it to Oyunuga, takes on his man, lofts the ball into the area, but it's cleared by John Marty, and Town have it back with Thompson. Thompson goes back to Benjamin, and here's Dan Cox. Cox gives it to Scott. Scott's gone back to Reece Forster. Here's Adam Thompson.
10 off for 17.
Thompson lofts the ball up the line. Salisbury managed to get hold of the ball. Here's Scott though for Town. Billy Leonard spreads the ball out wide to Joe Payne on the left, halfway inside Salisbury half. Payne just turning a couple of step overs, then goes backwards towards Tuck. Left footed cross into the area. It's going to go all the way through to Oyenuga to the right hand flank. Now in towards Peak on his left foot, looking for the angle for a shot. Still Peak, then goes out wide to Oyenuga, right footed, tries a cross. It's charged down, and Town have their first corner of the second half. 2 minutes into the second half. Bright start here from Town. First corner. Town have sent a lot of bodies forward. Oyenuga's sweeping the centre circle. Everyone else is either in the area or patrolling just outside it. It's Peak will take it with his left foot on the right. Puts up his right hand and now swings the ball deep towards the centre of the goal. It's headed clear by Salisbury. Leonard gets up, heads it back in, but it's harmless enough. Straight through to Lincoln in the Salisbury goal, and he takes a huge throw over halfway, but Payne doesn't really take any chances there and tries to kick it up into Waltham Cross. I think that's clearance. He probably had a bit more time than he realised there, Payne. Slightly rushed clearance. Did he have more time than he thought then?
Yeah, I think he had a bit more time, but I don't think he thought somebody was going to cover the defender there, but no, he had more time than he thought.
Salisbury have taken the throw short in there right now. John Batty's lofted the ball into the area. The ball comes back. Here comes the shot. It's blocked. Appeals for handball. Carries on. And Salisbury retain possession. Out to the left, down by the halfway line. Here's Regay. And it goes back to Somerton and Salisbury back inside their own half. But Salisbury had a bit of a moment there. Shot from range. Salisbury, though, doing a good job of some neat triangles to settle things down at the back. And now Dan Lincoln, their goalkeeper, can put his foot in the ball and look to play long. Hutchinson rushes him a little bit and he goes up towards halfway where Benjamin gets a head on it, but that will drift out harmlessly enough for a throw to Salisbury. 745 is the official attendance today. Salisbury have taken the throw, and now Somerton on the left, just up to halfway and over halfway he plays it, and Benjamin does his defensive work well but concedes a throw or corner. Couldn't quite see in the far end.
It's hard to tell. No, it might be a throw.
The ball's gone out of play anyway. It was Benjamin's work, and it is going to be a corner. So Salisbury with their third corner off the game. Taken down here on the left by Owen Dorr. Dorr floats the ball in towards the 6-yard box. It's cleared by Town. And on the centre circle, Leonard's putting pressure on the substitute Ryan Penny. Just about keeps possession of the ball. Leonard almost sniffing the chance for a counter-attack there, but Penny did well ultimately, and the ball's back with Lincoln outside his penalty area, and Lincoln launches the ball up towards the left for Salisbury, but that's too high, and it's gone out of play for a throw to Enfield Town in the right back position, which Benjamin will take. 5 minutes into the second half. Town 0, Salisbury 0. John, you and I were discussing that secure though Town's defence has been at half-time. Do we perhaps need a little more up front in attack?
Yeah, I think we're lacking a little bit of bite, or somebody to hold the ball, or a bit of physicality, a bit of a presence there. So possibly you might see Reece Beckle-Richards coming on probably, I reckon, 30 minutes to go. It'd be worth to inject some bit more aggression and pace. Hutchinson's done okay. I don't know, just maybe that bit more physical presence, because they seem to panic a bit more at the back. It's making it a bit too easy without having that presence, I think. They look a bit comfortable, but they're a mistake away. Possible mistakes, but vulnerable, but anything's possible. But we've got to make a change, I think, later on, because we need to penetrate. We use this possession, convert it to goals, really.
Yeah, it's a very even game, but as such you'd say this is a game Enfield would look to win. It's not like they're hanging on here. As in comes a shot, it's straight down the throat of Forster in the Enfield goal. It was a great shot from Callum Watts, brought it down, volleyed from 20 yards, but it was straight at Forster. It was an excellent effort from Watts, lovely technique. Salisbury have put a bit of pressure on. Good effort that, John.
Yeah, it was straight to the keeper. It was worth a try, but he could have got a rebound, and it was worth a try. It's even Stephen Ritchery, and both teams are similar field to the end of the first half, really, and it's just end to end, and we're on the attack.
Here goes Hutchinson picking up the ball, running towards the Salisbury half, looking to scuttle out to the left, but he was all on his own and out. Numbered by 5-1, 5-2 in the end there. And Town are on the attack here on the left, and the flag's gone up against Billy Leonard. Late flag against Billy Leonard, who looked to have scuttled away.
7:30.
It will be a free kick to Salisbury. Free kick to Salisbury inside their own half for the offside. The sky's getting a bit gloomy now. Sun's gone down as Salisbury break with pace down the right. John Batty launches the ball in towards the area. It's taken on the chest there by the number 8 Watts, but cleared by Town up over halfway. Somerton, not the best header. Hutchinson can get his body in the way of it, but it's gone out for a throw to Salisbury that they take quickly. Regay taking it to Somerton. And Salisbury in possession, in defence, just bringing us over halfway. Town though, snuff it out. Tuck, lovely little neat triangles there from Town. Lovely play, keeping possession in their own half. 1 and 2 touch stuff from Town. Really good stuff that. Here's Scott now on halfway. Nice ball into the path of Oyenuga, approaching the Salisbury area. Tucks back inside onto his left foot, now onto his right. Now the chance to get the ball into the area. Does well, wins a corner. Really good spell of play there from Town. The neat possession inside their own half. Then Scott releasing Oyenuga, who twisted and turned. Couldn't find a route through to goal, but won a corner.
Yeah, it's really good twisting, turning. Maybe just release it earlier when they were running back, just to create more havoc. But yeah, my namesake John's doing all right there on the right side. And as we speak, we've got a corner. I think it's going to be Peak to take it.
Enfield's third corner of the game. Peak from the right, left-footed, right hand goes up, in swings the corner towards the goalkeeper. It's a Salisbury head on it though. It's gone out towards the edge of the area. Leonard, good header back to Peak on the right, on the touchline. Peak taking on his man, gets room for a left-footed cross. The second attempt gets the cross deep back post. It's high, but it's headed by Salisbury first, and then John Barty can clear up to halfway, and Oyenuga will take care of that, one would think. Nudges it straight back into the Salisbury half. Salisbury now clear out towards the left. Coppin is tackled by Scott, who's done well there, using his body strength. He's under pressure from 2, loses out eventually. Here's Coppin. And now Salisbury can bring the ball over halfway. It's John Batty on the right hand flank for Salisbury inside the Town half. In it comes to Hedges, played infield into the area. Salisbury twisting and turning, ball's going to come loose, and Benjamin gets the ball clear. Salisbury appealing in vain for a penalty. I don't think there was too much in that.
11.
Off the ball. Coppin went down under pressure from Benjamin, but it was kind of off the ball. I think he just got shrugged aside. As Salisbury stay on the attack, I'll ask you your opinion on that penalty shout in a moment, John. But Salisbury have won possession inside the Town half, and in the end Thompson's able to get a good foot in there to clear it up to halfway. Leonard tries to win back, but Doyle does well for Salisbury, and here's Regay. Regay on the left for Salisbury, goes back to the halfway line, and Dorr. Here's John Batty. And Salisbury on the right, launch the ball in towards the penalty area. It's going to go over Benjamin's head. Oyenuga on his chest gives it back to Forster. Between them they do well, cleared up to halfway. Peak tries to hold it up. Peak is, however, is wrestled off by the strong John Batty, just muscled him out of the way, and Salisbury have possession on halfway. What did you make of that penalty shout a moment ago, John?
In a nutshell, no. It was a bit of an even tussle, similar to the previous one, the first one we conceded against Cheshire. In a way, nothing really in it. And luckily, this referee's been good so far. Touch wood, quickly.
There were yelps from the Salisbury fans, players and management, but not too much of a grumble about that one, I think. The only action that's been in the interim has been an attempt from halfway from Scott when he spotted the goalkeeper off his line. Scott's on the ball now, trying to feed Hutchinson. It was a lovely idea. Didn't quite work, though, and Salisbury can clear up to halfway. However, Oyenuga's cut the ball out, and he's going to go back to Benjamin under pressure. Benjamin's lost out, and Salisbury can motor up the line now on the left in towards the area. Hedges on the ball, leaves it now for Regay on the left still. Now puts in a low cross towards the area. However, Town clear calmly done by Tuck, and now Scott, and he can bring the ball up towards halfway. Now over halfway, does really well. Finds Billy Leonard. Leonard now dribbling out towards the left, now cutting in field, needs a bit more support. He's got it from Hutchinson, right at the area. Hutchinson onto his right foot, shot is blocked. Not enough support around him, and 5-6 Salisbury shirts were back, and now Salisbury bringing it up to halfway. It's becoming end to end, and this is Callum Watts for them. Regay. Moment of calmness now as Salisbury slow it down. Switch to more of a back four in the second half, with Owen Dorr sitting in front of that for Salisbury. So they look to work down the right. Coppin chasing down the right, but Payne's done well. Finds Forster. Forster gives it to Tuck. Now Scott. Oh, he's overcooked that. Looking for Billy Leonard. Nice idea. But more enterprising play there from Scott. He gets the ball, puts his head up, has a look, tries to make something happen. He and Tuck forming quite an impressive little combo in front of the back three for Town, who I think might be readying a substitute.
Well done.
Lennon Peake and Scott have done well on the right. Peake's run into trouble, but Tuck will pick it up in the centre circle for Town, just inside his own half. A little step over, then gives it back to Cox. Cox back to Thompson. Thompson under a little pressure. There's on the side of caution, gives it back to Forster, who'll go. A nice little dink up to Joe Payne on the left. Sorry, Dan Cox on the left, gives it back to Forster, who dispenses with the dinks now and goes up to halfway. Leonard gets a head on it, but that will be a Salisbury ball, and Salisbury slightly tired. No nonsense sort of clearance from Carroll over halfway. Benjamin putting pressure on his man Hedges, and too much pressure in the eyes of the ref. Free kick's been given, and Adji Hursty's about to come on for Town. Looking like Adji Hursty for Oyenuga, but play still goes on. Salisbury launch the ball into the area. It's flicked all the way towards the back post, but it will break for Oyenuga outside the area, and Oyenuga picks the ball up in the right back position outside his own penalty area. Benjamin clears the ball up towards halfway. Scott will pick it up now. Scott finds Peake. Peake finds Oyenuga on the right inside his own half, chips the ball up towards halfway, but Leonard's beaten to it in the air. The ball's now lofted towards Hutchinson. Now it's Scott, and here's Tuck on the halfway line. Tuck spreads it wide to Joe Payne, has a bit of space on the left. Payne breaking towards the left of the box. Payne tries a shot from huge distance. It's blocked, and Payne follows up with a foul. Followed on late there on John Batty, and it'll be a free kick to Salisbury. Town will take the opportunity to make the substitution. Adji Hursty coming on, John Oyenuga going off. What do you make of Oyenuga's contribution, John?
He's done brilliantly. I think he's done really well, and it's been non-stop running, pushing forward, tracking back, and it's a good swap really. A bit of fresh legs last half hour or so, just to make things happen, and you'll inject some pace down that side as well.
There's going to be a slightly longer stoppage because the Town player has gone down. Is it Billy Leonard, perhaps, or is it Christian Scott?
Scott.
I think I can see Scott on by the centre circle. Well, whoever it is back on his feet now. I think it's Leonard. Yeah, Leonard's back on his feet. And play restarts just over the hour mark. Enfield Town 0, Salisbury 0. Town in 23rd, Salisbury in 18th. Anyone's game with half an hour to go. Salisbury on the attack, but Cox has done well to rise there. Tuck's beaten to it though by John Batty. And now Salisbury on the right is Leggett. Here's John Batty. Under pressure. And the ball is lobbed now towards the half, and Salisbury attempts a shot, shouts for a free kick there from the Town players. There seemed to be a bit of a nudge on Benjamin, nothing given. Salisbury got a turn and shot in from range, drifted wide harmlessly enough, but a little warning sign there for Town, who now try to break up the left with Dan Cox breaking up on the left. Cox, however, is crowded out by John Batty, and now Salisbury moving in field with Watts. Now giving it back to the defence, and Carroll gives it to Somerton, and Somerton comes out left. Owen Dorr over halfway. Here's Reggae, moves in field as is his wont. Reggae going from left to right. Little spell of Salisbury pressure here these last 5 minutes or so. The ball's spent a lot of time in the Town half. Salisbury on the front foot, but they're up halfway at the moment. Now moving forward on the left. Here's Penny for them. However, couldn't be kept in, and it will be a throw and a moment of respite for Town, which Adji Hersey will take in a right back position inside his own half. And it will be a couple of substitutions now for Salisbury. George Franklin and Ronan Silva are coming on, and Noah Coppin has gone off. Silva will be on, 24-year-old attacking midfielder. He's coming on for Coppin. And Franklin, who's defender, Franklin comes on for Jordan Regate. So Franklin will slot into defence, and Silva, who's got 3 goals to his name this season, he'll move into a more attacking position. Play restarts, and a hotly contested throw goes the way of Salisbury, just inside their own half on the left, and Franklin has his first involvement. Red-headed Franklin slotting in at left back, throws up the line. Adji Hersey gets a head in it, and then a foot on it. Is up towards Hutchinson. Flicked header is a well-intentioned one. Leonard can put his man under pressure, but Franklin did well there. Gave it back to his goalkeeper. It's launched up towards half-time. Thompson does well to win the head on halfway. Pete keeps it in on the right for Town. Does really well there. Then gives it back to Thompson. Thompson chips it up. And there's a huge clearance, sliced clearance from Kenise Carroll. Centre-back, the former Republic of Ireland under 21 international, Kenise Carroll. He sliced it out of play. It will be a throw to Town on the right. Joe Payne is walking over in leisurely fashion to take the throw. On the right, about 10 yards from the corner flag. Well, Payne's making it even less than that. Town have put 1, 2, 3 into the 6-yard box, 3 more in the area, 1 outside the area. Payne sizing it up. He stepped back to about 10 yards from the corner flag now. Long throw into the 6-yard box, to the heart of the 6-yard box, but Carroll gets a hit on it. It's out of the area. Christian Scott has picked it up, goes back to Oyenuga on halfway. Oyenuga will go all the way back to Forster. He's well outside of his penalty area, but under no pressure, right-footed, launches the ball. It's too long though. That's gone straight through to Lincoln in the Salisbury goal, and he can bowl it out immediately to Dorr. Dorr, good switch of play to the right. First time ball attempted into the area, but Town are able to block that. Now Payne clears up the line, up towards Hutchinson, goes down. Ref Ways plays on, as he has done throughout the game so far. The ref lets go as much as he can. Here's Owen Dorr, and now Franklin on the left for Salisbury. Dorr chips the ball outright. First time header into John Batty. Leggett, though, can't quite get his feet sorted out, and the ball trickles easily enough into the hands of Rhys Forster in the Town goal. And after 66 minutes, it's Town 0, Salisbury 0, and here comes Benjamin over halfway line. Enterprising run. Now finds Adji Hersey on the right outside the area. Goes back towards Scott, lofts his ball high into the air, but Leonard's got to try to make something off it. He shrugged his man off the ball. Play's continuing. Ball's pulled back. Oh, and it's over the bar from Benjamin. Xavier Benjamin got right underneath it. Leonard did really well there. The looped cross from Scott seemed to pose no danger, but Leonard simply shrugged his man off the ball, took possession, pulled it back, and from just outside the 6-yard box, Benjamin had continued his run. He leaned back and scooped it high into the atmosphere and well over the goal.
Yeah, he just put his foot underneath the ball, and it was more of an up and under rather than a shot in the end. Great persistence by Leonard. Leonard and Peake have not stopped running at them.
Town on the attack again. Here's Hutchinson from range, but his shot is high and wide. Hutchinson there picked up the ball, dribbled forward 5 or 10 yards, had a shot from about 25 yards. Had a shot from 25 yards, but it went high and over the ball. High and over the bar.
Yeah, Benjamin. That was Benjamin, then Hutchinson just now.
So it will be a goal kick to Salisbury. Halfway through the second half. Just to clarify a bit of conversation behind me, the cross came in from Christian Scott. It was deflected up, brought down by Leonard, pulled back, and then Benjamin shot over the bar. And Town take possession inside their own half. Tucker on the ball, does really well, neat turn, and then looking for Leonard, who's furthest forward. Leonard's done well to hold the ball up, and that races down the right flank, taking on his man Franklin for pace. Franklin dives in, and which way's the free kick's gone against Billy Leonard, which earns the ire of the Town faithful behind the goal. Which way did you see that going, John?
I think it was a good decision. He did put a bit more leaning on him than he should have, and he connected with him. Franklin's I think George Franklin, he's on loan from Oxford United, so it'll be interesting to tussle there with Leonard's pace and with Adel Hershey. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on with that one. But he seems a solid left back.
Yeah, solid start so far from the Salisbury substitute, Franklin. Salisbury take the free kick. Thompson gets his head in it first, then Carroll gets a head on it for Salisbury. Cox manages to clear for Town. Up to halfway it goes. Peake does really well to bring it down. Then a first time ball is lofted forward towards Billy Leonard, who's wrestled by Franklin. Carroll nods it back to Lincoln. The referee is certainly not one for breaking with tradition and is just letting the 50-50s go. And he must be doing a good job if John Manitaro alongside me is happy with his decision against Town. Town now breaking up over halfway on the left. Little run up the line by Leonard. Twisting and turning. It's Hutchinson out on the left, beg your pardon, and now taken over by Tuck. Now Scott from range thinks about a shot, beats his man 20 yards from goal, now spreads it out wide right, and Adji Hersey, can he take on his man? Couple of step overs, goes out wide, looks to take the cross. Summerton's blocked the cross, and Adji Hersey will settle for the throw. And there's going to be a couple more substitutions. Terrell Whittaker is coming on for Enfield Town. 21-year-old Whittaker, 21-year-old right winger. He's coming on for Hutchinson.
He can play up front.
And number 7, Jaden Perez, is coming on for Salisbury. Just trying to identify who's going off for them. And that's for Owen Dorr. So Perez for Dorr for Salisbury, and Whittaker for Hutchinson. Whittaker, who came through the Tottenham Hotspur ranks, so he must be a man of good pedigree. As Town prepare a long throw from Joe Payne, right next to the corner flag on the right. Town fans in excellent voice, urging them on. Payne takes the throw short to Scott, drills it back in to the area, it's headed clear. It's got to come out to Payne, lobs the ball into the area, it's got to fall loose. Here's a chance, and the shot's charged down. Here's the shot from Cox from inside the area. It's still not clear though. Ball's going to fall to the edge of the area. Another shot comes in from Peake this time, but it's over the bar. It was Cox with the initial shot for Town. That was blocked There was a bit of a scramble in the Salisbury area. They didn't do a great job of clearing, but a second attempt from Peak, he couldn't get over it, and it went over the bar.
Yeah, we're pushing more now. I think then Town is pushing forward. It's they're lucky to get away with that one. No, the ball fortunately bounced in safety for Salisbury, and a long kick forward trying to catch us out again.
Salisbury on the attack. They've held it up outside the area, but between them, Cox and Thompson sorted it out, and it's cleared up towards halfway in. Whittaker, the substitute, he's considered a throw. Salisbury take it up the line. Tuck intercepts. Now it's with Peak. Be interested to see what difference Whittaker will make. First we've seen of him this season. What have you made of Hutchinson's contribution? He's the man replaced, John.
Hutchinson, I think he felt a bit isolated there. He didn't really get much. When he did, there wasn't really was only one shot he really had, which he hit over the bar. I think we do need a bit more potency up front when we do get an opportunity. Be interested to see if Reece Beckle-Richards might comes on, but let's see how Terrell Whittaker does, and that Spurs pedigree, hey? No comment from me.
We'll see, but it's Town with defending to do. We'll have to wait a little longer to see Whittaker's attacking wares, because Salisbury are going to take a long throw. It's on their right flank, 5 yards from the corner flag. It's launched long into the area. It's allowed to bounce. It's gone to the back post. It's not clear yet. Forster scrambles clear and manages to get a fist on it. Just paws it away for a corner. It was allowed to bounce at least twice, and Town just didn't get it clear, and we were indebted to Forster there for patting it out for a corner.
Gosh, I had to hold my breath there, and Reece reacted really well, Reece Foster there. Now the corner comes in.
It'll be a corner on the left as Salisbury attack. There's a little delay as the ref has his perennial chat with defender and striker jostling in the penalty area. The ref's said enough now. He's stepping away, and we can have the corner taken. 29 minutes into the second half. In comes the corner, but it's headed clear at the near post by the aforementioned Whittaker. And now Town can break on the right. Peak, there's support arriving on his left. Peak into the path of Scott. Scott holds the ball up just to the left of the area, onto his right foot. Scott shoots from range, but it's high and wide. He perhaps had better options there. Hence a bit of a telling off from the crowd. Wrong option there for you, John?
Yeah, it was the wrong option, but I'll let him off. He's done really well apart from that, and I think Peak's been all over the place. A very assured, commanding performance by Peak. Continuously involved with most of our attacks. He's been probably my standout for us.
You say all over the place in the positive sense?
Yes.
Give me Meanwhile, Christian Scott has also had a good game. Did really well to win possession, but then gifted it straight to Salisbury, and they're on the attack now in the centre. Here's a chance that's going to come to Watts. Watts tries to wriggle free, but Town did well to hold him up. Salisbury still in possession though, working the ball on the left. Here's Somerton on the left flank. Shapes to make a cross. Now Silver on the left, edging into the area. He's done well, got into the area, drilled across it, and forced to just about picks it up. It caught a deflection on the way through, but the ricochet was kind. Into the last 15 minutes, Enfield Town 0, Salisbury 0. Balance of play, is it even, or Salisbury perhaps more likely now?
I don't know. I think they looked at last few minutes has been more Salisbury looked dangerous, but before that Enfield looked dangerous, so it's very even. The game's opening up. You got a feeling it's going to be a late goal here, especially both teams' track records.
Well, absolutely. His Peak though, really good bursting run from the centre circle all the way into the penalty area. He's managed to pull it back as well. He's kept it in play, but no, he hasn't. It's gone out of play by just about half a yard. Really good run there, a good 40 yards dribble. Took on 2 or 3 players. Once he got into the area, they were scared to stick out a foot. Just as he said, been all over the place, Peak, but in a positive way.
Oh, totally. He's just given so much energy and pace as well, and Billy Leonard as well. It's I think the good link up between Tuck and Smith as well. So far, it's been a good display. The team's linking up really well. The more we pass the ball quickly, the more threat we possess. And as we just said, that one long kick, and that messed it all up, didn't it? So, but which just proves the point, though, you were saying, is the short passes seem to work better.
It will be a goal kick to Salisbury, and Enfield Town will make their third substitution with Rhys Beckles-Richards coming on. Gavin McPherson doing his best to keep John Manatara happy. And he's coming on for Lennon Peake, which will displease you a little, I think. Just been singing the praises of Lennon Peake, but he has put in one heck of a shift, John.
Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest, he's probably the best player really on the pitch. I wouldn't have taken him off. Maybe my first moment might be for Gavin, but then we did. Beckles-Richards is a great player to put on. But it's hard to take. Who would you take off, Leonard or Peake? But either one. As long as we need to score a goal and push forward, and I think the presence of Rhys Beckles-Richards will make a difference, hopefully.
The substitution hasn't been taken yet. Plays continued. Gavin's delayed the change, and Salisbury have a throw, and it's going to be a long throw on the left, just 5 yards from the corner flag, which Callum Watts will take. The ref's going to pause things again to have a few words again between attackers and defenders who aren't behaving appropriately for this sort of time and place. Into the final 15 minutes now. Still Enfield Town 0, Salisbury 0. Salisbury only 1 goal in their last 3 games before today. But they're on the attack here. The ref's satisfied now, having said his bit. And Watts, the diminutive Watts, will come forward to take a huge throw into the 6-yard box. Town managed to half clear it, and then an incredible shot. I don't know what that was. It was from Jayden Perez, I think, who from 20 yards out stepped back and absolutely launched the ball, but it was like he was going to kick the ball through the posts in a rugby match rather than have a shot at goal. Peake's had a reprieve. Because Billy Leonard has been replaced. Lennon Peake is still on the pitch. Leonard is off, and Rhys Beckles-Richards is on. And to my right, I have an absolutely delighted John Manatara, who's got his dream combination in attack now for Enfield Town. As Hedges dribbles and Salisbury look to play a ball up the right, but Payne was wise to it, puts it out of play. Salisbury, however, will have the throw. Salisbury will have the throw 15 yards from the corner flag on the right. In comes the throw now, in towards the edge of the area. It gets a flick on. Salisbury still in possession inside the area. Little back heel, but it goes to Town, who haven't quite got it clear yet. And challenge goes in. What's the ref given? Absolutely nothing.
Back pass. What was he doing?
Nothing doing. Salisbury were appealing for foul as Town failed to clear, and then within the 6-yard box, the player slid in. The Salisbury player went to ground. Shouts went around from everywhere. It was Watts who went down. The referee waved it away. It's a goal kick to Town. Anything untoward as far as you were concerned, John?
No, I think it was a back pass, but I couldn't help it kind of back pass. It was unintentional back pass. And the referee so far has been really good. And even Gavin listened to me for my potential moan by keeping Peake on and taking Leonard off. Leonard had a great game, but I think it's that central position that Leonard plays more that Rhys Beckles-Richards will replace, which was a better sort of swap, really. So, come on, we can do this.
Very feisty challenge in the midfield there from Ryan Penny goes unpunished. As I said, the referee's certainly consistent. He set a bar and he's sticking to it. As you say, it was a sliding challenge earlier and an appeal for a back pass that wasn't given, but Town having to defend on the edge of their own area here. It's cleared up towards the centre circle, headed straight back with venom by Carroll up towards the Town penalty area. He managed to head from centre circle to penalty area. However, here's Tyrell Whittaker picking the ball up and halfway. However, he's dispossessed. And now Silver can bring it forward for Salisbury. Tries to thread it through to Hedges in attack, but it was easy enough for Forster. And now Cox and Forster exchange passes. It will go short, but Forster now goes long up towards the centre circle. Franklin gets a foot on it. John Barty now puts his foot on the ball just inside halfway on the right. Chips the ball down the line. Appeal for handball against Cox, but play goes on. Here's Peake running over halfway, looking to thread the ball forward for Whittaker on the left. Can he keep it in? John Batty's up against him. Whittaker's kept it in on the left. looks for support. It arrives now. Ball's whipped in. First time, man goes down inside the area. Appeals from the Town faithful. Nothing given. And the ball just drifts through to the right flank. Beckles-Richards was being wrestled there. The ball was allowed to drift through for a throw. John, did you see anything there?
Oh, it looked like a possible penalty, but I think he was unsighted, the referee. But the linesman didn't flag either, so give him benefit of the doubt. And it's a bit of a tussle, but like I said, the previous referee would have probably given that if he had him in the previous match, but he was unsighted, the linesman didn't help him, so I suppose close, but not close enough as a penalty.
It will instead be a throw for Town, and it's a chance for Joe Payne to launch it long. It's 10-15 yards from the corner flag, maybe edge of the area really, and Payne has his colleagues in the area, and it comes long from the right into the 6-yard box. It's allowed to bounce. It's cleared up towards halfway. Forster's all the way up by the centre circle, chips the ball back in towards Salisbury area. Here's Beckles-Richards from range, thinking about a shot, 20 yards out, gets the shot off, but that's high and over the bar as well. Town have had a proclivity for shots from range this second half, and they've all gone the same route, up and over the bar. Why might that be, John? Why are they trying all these shots from range?
More chance of getting to Cheshunt that direction they're facing, I think. It's been, I don't think he's actually made a proper, well, apart from the first half, Dan Lincoln hasn't had a proper save to make the second half. But hopefully the next thing will be picking up the net. Use your psychic powers out there to will this goal, Towners.
Well, it's going to be a late one if it comes. There's only 6.5 minutes left. John Batty heads over halfway. Thompson knocks it forward and goes straight back to John Batty, and it goes straight forward again. Benjamin had to get ahead on that. He did. Salisbury will pick it up inside their own half, but Adji Hurst with a chance to bring it down. He eschews that chance, doesn't bring it down, just lobs it forward. Carroll lobs it back. The game's become a little scrappy in the last minute or so, but Town have a throw just over halfway on the right. Adji Hurst will take. 6 minutes to go. Can Town get a late winner? Will they hang on for a late point? Will they concede a late goal? Adji Hersey throws up the line towards Whittaker. It's brought down now by Scott. The impressive Scott had a good debut today. Done really well to give it to Peake, and he's going to take on his man, go up the line. Done really well on the right, crossed into the area. There's the it's just wide. It's still in play, and it's pulled back and into the hands of the goalkeeper. Goodness me. Brilliant play from Peake on the right, crossed into the centre. Beckles-Richards got a flick on it just wide of the post. It was kept back in play on the left, and then the goalkeeper managed to gather it in his arms. So close there from Enfield Town.
Well, that was like, deserved a goal. Where they're just riding all the fortune you can get in that one for Salisbury. It was a lovely interplay. Again, that man Peake, influential. Just so unlucky not to go in. More fortunate for their defence and defensive, skills. So unlucky. But come on, we can do this. Keep pushing forwards at Town.
It was excellent work from Peake, and I think we saw the value of Beckles-Richards in attack there as well. Kind of fox in the box type of movement. Flung himself at it in the 6-yard box. Just couldn't quite get enough direction on it to steer it inside the far post. Sorry. Salisbury on the attack, and now on the edge of the area. Hedges. Here's Perez from range, has a shot, it's blocked, and now Town can look to bring it clear. Tuck though is edged out of it by Perez. It'll go back to John Batty, and here's Penny for Salisbury inside the centre circle. Here's Hedges for Salisbury on the left, cuts inside onto his right foot, but really good tackle there from Peake, doing his defensive duties really well. It's crowded out and wins a free kick. Another tick in the box there for Leonard Peake. I'll ask you for your man of the match in a moment, but I think I might know the answer.
I think you guessed it. Definitely Lennon Peak. Excellent performance, very dominant displays. Actually, literally covered every blade of grass. Very impressive. And yeah, we kind of deserve to get something out of this game because currently we're bottom of the league at current points and that I've heard from our colleagues here. So let's get the goal and get the goal.
Town have won a corner. Good work from Payne there on the left, forcing a corner, and it's a chance for a late flurry now. 4 minutes remaining. Enfield Town's fourth corner of the game. Peak well on course to be man of the match in John Manatara's eyes. He's going to step across to the left to take. We'll take it left footed, so it'll be an outswinger. Slightly different approach here from Town. Just the one man in the 6-yard box and a queue at the penalty spot. Queue of 3, now 4 at the penalty spot. Now they break. In comes the corner. Salisbury head on it first time. It's going to come back out to Peak. Flag stays down. Peak twists and turns for an angle. Low cross in this time. This will reach the. This is shot again. Thompson. Aaron Thompson taking advantage of the loose ball in the area. It wasn't pretty, but with 3 minutes remaining, Thompson, the captain, in his second appearance for the club, Adam Thompson has given Enfield Town a late lead.
Oh my days. Well, I did say we tried to will it for Towners and we willed it into that net. I mean, it kind of deserved the last 5-10 minutes. We stepped it up and belted it into the goal there, Thompson. It was fantastic. Thoroughly, we deserved it, and we've really gelled in second half. Beckle Richards has made a difference as well, coming on, adding that more potent threat up front as well. I think we've edged it really overall, and it's nice for us to get a late winner, hopefully. Mind you, it's not over yet. We've still got a couple more minutes.
It's not over yet, John. There are still 2.5 minutes left. Salisbury have been engaged in an ongoing and long debate with the referee. Clearly unhappy about that goal. There was a big scramble in the area. The cross, Peak took the initial corner. It was cleared back out to him. Peak delivered a cross in for the second time. It was a low cross. Salisbury couldn't clear. There was a bit of pinball in the area. There was a bit of a scramble. And then from about 6 yards out, it fell to Thompson. And where earlier it fell to Benjamin, and earlier than that it fell to Scott. This time it fell to a defender, and he knew exactly what to do, and he buried it. He absolutely drilled it into the net. Town are now readying a substitution as well. Jack Smith is getting ready to come on. We still haven't restarted the game. What with all the debate going on from Salisbury, all the arguments, play still hasn't restarted. I think Franklin might have picked up a yellow card in that melee. Lennon Peak is now off. Jack Smith is now on. And Town have a lead to defend. Peak's off. Smith is on. That's a defensive substitution from Gavin McPherson, and why wouldn't he? Salisbury now going to look to attack. They've kicked off, finally. We're into added time. And the ball is loose on halfway. 7 minutes of added time, and that's earned a few unhappy mutters from around me. Salisbury now have a free kick as well. There's about 10 yards inside, 15 yards inside the Town half. Slightly to the left. Josh Hedges stands over it. Free kick to Salisbury. It's by no means over yet. Town 1, Salisbury 0. Hedges launches the free kick deep into the area. Town head on it. It's got to come out to the edge of the area. Lofted back into the edge of the area, but Town are able to run it free, and here goes Smith on the charge. He goes down, and the referee gives him the free kick. It was great work from Jack Smith. That's exactly what Gavin McPherson would have wanted from him, and bringing him on. A bit of energy, defensive assistance, and then buy a free kick, buy some time. And now Town can take their time over this free kick. We've had 1 of the 7 minutes of added time. Reece Forster takes the most leisurely amble you'll ever see. out of his penalty area to prepare to take this free kick. Town fans, an excellent voice. Town 1, Salisbury 0. Forster plays for the corner flag. He's gone out for a goal kick. He almost took the absolutely perfect free kick there, almost hit the corner flag for a throw. It's gone out instead for a goal kick. And Salisbury restarts short. It's with Somerton, left back for them. Somerton launches the ball back up towards the left of the Town area. Forster just about sees it out of play, and it's a goal kick to Town. Well done, Rhys Forster there, using his upper body strength. Town fans are going to sing Town to victory if it's going to arrive, I think. How do you feel Town have done in that minute or two since the goal? They really needed to stay switched on.
Yeah, I mean, switched on, as Alex Ferguson said, it'll still be squeaky bum time, I think. And thank God I haven't got a pacemaker, because otherwise I'll be in trouble with the stress we're going to have to go through with this extra 7 minutes.
Salisbury have taken a throw in towards the edge of the area. Player's gone down under the challenge of Benjamin. A referee, as ever, he's not going to give the 50-50s or the 40-60s. If there's a bit of physical contact, he's just waved it on all game. Hedges has picked himself up. He was the man who went down. Now it's going to be a long throw from Watts. It's cleared at the near post by Town. Fired back into the area by Penny from a good 30-35 yards, 30 yards perhaps, but it's over and out for a goal kick. And we tick down to 4 minutes of added time remaining, and Rhys Forster has a goal kick. Town have the ball right where they want it. Town fans continue to sing their way to a possible victory. This would be crucial if Town can hang on. Take them up to 12 points. Forster takes the goal kick. Up and over halfway towards the right. Whittaker goes up. Tuck can pick it up. First time ball. It's played on towards the right. Beckles-Richards, can he keep it in? Just about does really well. Now down by the corner flag on the right. Beckles-Richards. He's in no hurry. Oh, he's put the ball out of play. Is he? No, it's a throw for Salisbury. Beckles-Richards couldn't quite keep it in play. Flicked on by Salisbury, but Tuck knocks it back towards the Salisbury area, and the goalkeeper Lincoln can pick it up. Lincoln trots to the edge of his area, tosses the ball out, and will now kick the ball long over halfway, but Smith gets ahead on it, and Salisbury will have to start again from the back. It goes back to their goalkeeper, and then a bit of a hospital pass out to Franklin. He's able to bring it down and then lump it up towards halfway. Adji Hersey wins the header, however, and a free kick is given against Christian Scott for the foul of being climbed on top of. However, Whittaker stands over the ball to ensure a quick one can't be taken, and Salisbury on halfway will take the free kick. Leggett lobs it into the area. It's going to fall loose, and the keeper's come out. Player's gone down. Referee has a look and gives nothing more than a goal kick. Well, Forster came flying off his line. Salisbury player who's just trotting back out of the area, he went flying down in a heap. The referee wasn't interested. John, did you see anything in that one?
No, it was a half-hearted attempt for a penalty. Gave a bit of desperation there, if I'm honest, and thank God for that. I mean, my life nearly flashed to get forward again. I'm thinking, oh my God. But yes, we were. It's tense, and hopefully we can defend and counter.
Salisbury launched the ball forward yet again. Tuck's there yet again. He's just going to launch it back whence it came. And Lincoln, the Salisbury goalkeeper, is forced to run out of his area to collect it. Whittaker goes to close him down. Lincoln chips it short to Franklin. He plays it infield to Carroll, still inside the Salisbury half. He now plays it long up towards the Town area. Adji Hersey rises, it's over his head. Here's Somerton on the left for Salisbury outside the area. The ball is now chipped into the Town area, and the chance is it's loose, and still loose in the area. Here's the shot, and it's in. It's the equaliser in added time for Salisbury. The attack down the left, played it into the area. Town couldn't get it clear, and in much the same way Town scored from a failure to clear 5 minutes ago, Salisbury have now scored from a failure to clear in the final minute of added time. And it's Enfield Town 1, Salisbury 1.
Well, my first moan is probably would have been 5 minutes added time instead of 7. They scored in the 6 minutes, so that's my first official moan. Oh, it's shocking.
It was Callum Watts who grabbed the equaliser. Town have restarted. It's gone out to play for a goal kick to Salisbury. And with 20 seconds left, what's yet to come? Thompson gets ahead on it. Scott Tuck knocks it forward, but only as far as Carroll. Scott goes in again. Salisbury, though, nip possession back, launch it forward, and the final whistle goes. And Salisbury have stolen a late point. 3 points were there, waiting to be had for Town. And Callum Watts, with the latest of equalisers, breaks Town hearts. Adam Thompson had given Town the lead in the 87th minute. Callum Watts equalised in the 7th minute of added time. John, your thoughts on that extraordinary finale?
Oh, it was heartbreaking. And like I said, my only moan, I don't know where he got the 7 minutes, possibly 5 at a push. And that's the 6th minute of added time. It just hurts. It was, I don't know, it wasn't a real mistake. We should have cleared it, I guess, but it's very unfortunate. And when your luck's down, it's down. But, you know, they take some encouragement from this performance, though. We probably deserve to get a win overall, I think. We just had something extra, but that's how it goes. Football is cruel. And, if we carry on playing like this, we're going to pick up more points than 1 point, that's for sure. So let's take a lot of encouragement, Towners. It's unfortunate, but we go again.
Yes, positives for sure. Lots of positives throughout the team. The style of play you mentioned earlier, the spine is taking shape, individual performances. Got a goal, huffed and puffed and got that goal, just couldn't quite hold out in the end. But a very encouraging performance, just a shame about the manner of the result as much as the result itself. So Enfield Town 1, Salisbury 1. Next up for Enfield Town, they're away in the London Senior Cup on Tuesday night. Sorry, the Middlesex Senior County Cup on Tuesday night, away to Hanwell. 7:45 kick-off. The next live commentary from me here at the Dave Bryant will be next Saturday, the 16th of November at 3 p.m. It's against Hornchurch, who at the start of play sat 14th. That will be a cup game. The next league game for Town will be away to Dorking on the 23rd of November. So 2 cup games to come before the next league engagement. But for now, I leave you with Enfield Town gaining a point, but feeling like 2 points lost. Leave you with the final score of Enfield Town 1, Salisbury 1.